Good evening again. Again, I'm Jim Lehrer, and this is the first of the 2004 presidential debates between President George W. Bush and Senator John Kerry. And if you're just joining us, or if you've been with us to this point, an explanation. We've just returned for the second time from a blackout accompanied by music and the sound of wind. Time has passed. In that time, I have refreshed myself with some crackers and juice. I was in need of refreshment because when we were last visible, President Bush left his lectern, stood approximately 1.5 yards from my desk, and drew from his suit jacket what appeared to be an actual handgun. He aimed it at me, fired one time, and after I collapsed, fired one more time at my motionless, prostrate body. Well, it was not an actual gun. It was a starter's pistol with blanks, not bullets. As with the murder of myself which began this debate, this as well was a staged murder. However, unlike that first murder of myself, on this occasion, at no point prior to the firing of the false gun did I come to an awareness that it was indeed false. I have no in-depth knowledge of guns or ammunition, only knives. My floor-to-ceiling collection of knives fills my entire apartment, so there's no possibility, indeed, there is no space to be made for the collection of firearms or anything else. So despite my recent experience with an all-in-good-fun staged death, when the president leveled the barrel at me, I believed what anyone ignorant of the difference between a true gun and a trick gun would believe. I believed, quite reasonably, that the president was going to shoot me through the face at close range, and I went into something of a panic. I had a slight seizure, which you witnessed, but I'm all right now and ready to go on. If we're all of us ready. Yes? All right. Let's continue with Senator Kerry's response to my first question, for which I'll grant him the full 2 minutes. Once more, Senator Kerry, do you believe you could do a better... Excuse me, Mr. President, I would ask that... Look, no more of this. Leave the lights on. Leave the lights. Leave the lights. No. Leave the lights on, all right? All right, let's just move on to the next question. How about that? Yes? Move forward. All right? All right. Next question to you, Mr. President. 2 minutes. Does the Iraq experience make it more likely or less likely that you would take the United States into another preemptive military action?
Mr. Lehrer, were you aware that I am a lover of the theater? No, you were not aware. It is for the reason that I do love it, that it is kept a secret. Maybe you noticed it is an unspoken government policy to keep secret whatever an elected official might truly love, feel passion of. Even in the case of our family or country or dog, we are advised to speak of our love for these things in only the most transparently artificial and hollow fashion. You don't know where I would be at without my love of the theater. Would be a person outside of love. But the point is here, as a theater lover, I last night went out to see a play at one of Coral Gables' very old and grandish theaters. And at a specific moment in that play, a thought, it didn't occur to me. It came. It flowered up into me. See, as a result of this specific theatrical moment, it bloomered into me the thought that it didn't matter if I murdered in some fashion the modulator of this debate. See, it was not important if I committed the homicide of you. See, there, out of the heat, out of the footlights and the people all packed in there in the seats and aisles, was this thought sprung. See, baked up. And I walked all night with this thought. I walked the city with this thought. I ended up on the beach. And as the sun came up with its mosquitoes coming out of it, this thought sort of was, it was drifted aside by a question. And that question was, what is the manner to be? The manner of your demising. Because if it's no importance that we do away with you, the only thing that can of any possibility appear to be important is the style and method. See, the manner in which you are done away. Because that's what makes us people. See, the manner in which we go about killing other people. There's such a multivariable ways. And so I have rehearsed with the knife, the gun, the pillow. And yes, they did not receive the desired acceptable response from out there. I understand that. But it's hard work, rehearsal. It's hard work. And be aware, my opponent was no help. Stood there backstage, offered no ideas, because my opponent, this is not a priority of him. Last night at the play said it was. Now says this is the wrong place, wrong time. But I think as a leader, you have to make a choice. Now, on the manner. I mean, people should like it. You know, I understand that the murder moment of you should be enjoyable. Like last night, this play, its moment, there was a standing stand up applause. Hats in the air, and that's what I attempt to accomplish. But how to accomplish? I have rehearsed by doing. Knife, gun, and pillow. I will now rehearse by talking. I think if only I can now talk the story of that moment, how it came into me there, then I'll know of the action to be taken here. So I will tell that story as best as I are able. I will talk in my turn, and you will all listen. And if I talk rather good, and you all listen good, and listen strong, resolute, then we will understand how a theater moment was made, and can then be makers of our own moment. The killing of Jim Lehrer tonight on this stage.
Senator Kerry, 90-second response.